I built a music school to 2,000 students and about 60 team members. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to brand your music school like a pro so you stand out from everyone else and you can build the most successful music teaching business in town. My name's Johnny Wilson, founder of Build a Music School. If you haven't checked it out, go over to buildamusicschool.com where we have the most successful music teaching business owners in the world all collaborating together to build the most successful schools in town. And today, we're going to talk about branding. I'm going to give you a few tips and tricks and things you want to think about, things you need to know, some cool examples to help you brand your teaching business like a pro, whether you are a small, medium, large teaching business or a massive music school. Let's get into it. Number one, you want to clarify what we call your brand identity. That might sound airy-fairy to you, but it's just a moment where you take some time and you think, okay, well, how do I want to be perceived by people? Am I going to be super fun, bright, colorful, cheerful sort of vibe? Am I going to be super slick and professional, shirts, ties, highbrow classical musician? What is it between those two that you want people to see, feel, and kind of know about your brand? And as you start to think about the types of people you want to attract, the type of school that you want to be, you can literally start thinking about the types of assets, what we call creative assets you want to build and how you want them to look. And so that's the next thing we want to move on to is number two, that you want to build a logo. Don't just have, the letters in a font, actually build a logo that represents your school. And a cool little trick that you can do with this is, get your logo designed and then go grab all the other local school or teacher logos that have logos, put them on a piece of paper, on a Canva board or a PDF, and look and see, does your logo pop out and stand out better than all the others? If not, you need to change it, make it better, improve it, pay a little bit of money, have a professional design it if it just doesn't pop. If it looks old-fashioned, you get the idea. So number two is make sure that you've got a great logo that represents your brand. Number three is you want to choose brand colors, right? So you want to be consistent with how you brand things. So you don't want to be doing, your website all in yellow and then all your other branding is in purple and then your Facebook posts are in green. You want to pick some colors that are your brand colors. Usually you pick, two base colors and maybe a couple extra colors. So you have kind of your primary, secondary colors, another color to pop, and you're going to, an easy way to do it is just to find a super fast sort of palette generator online. Pick the ones that you like and just start with, hey, these are my color palettes. And you can just load them into a design software like Canva. So every time that you use Canva to design something, or if you got someone else doing your designs, you say, hey, these are my codes. And because colors have codes, they're called hex codes. And you say, these are the numbers of my codes. I only want you to use these 3 or 4 colors and everything. And you're going to do that across everything that is related to your school and your branding. Helps you be consistent, helps people identify you and your studio really quickly. Next thing is for typography. You want to think about a couple fonts. What are the fonts that you're going to use? Just as important as colors, you want them to look the same across everything. You don't want to have two radically different sets of fonts over here on your Facebook page and over here on your website, over here in your newsletter, all that sort of stuff. So pick some fonts, stick with them, and those are the ones that you're only going to use. Next thing, number 5, is that you want to build a bank of design assets, right? And so these are things that you are going to be able to show any other designer, hey, this is our stuff. So anytime that someone wants to design something for you, you commission a new designer, or you want a new, maybe you want a new little brochure or flyer or something like this, you want to be able to show people, hey, here's our branding, the things that we've talked about, our logos, our fonts, our colors, and here's some actual, designs that we've used in the past, okay? And so now you can see the style that we use and you can kind of copy from that. What that does for you is it keeps everything consistent, but it also speeds the process up and saves you a whole lot of money. And every dollar counts. Next thing is that you want to have really great images. And so you want to take the time to collect really good photos that are real from your music lesson business. So whether you have to hire in a photographer or whether you've got a great iPhone or Android and you can go take a bunch of photos, I suggest you get great photos. Build your kind of top 100 of photos that you can use across all your design assets and things like that. And so that is going to make sure that you don't just look like a stock image, website when people visit your social media or your website or anything. It actually looks like, oh, these are real kids from our neighborhood learning with us. This looks like a real place. So think through that carefully. Get the great photos. A little tip you can use is, if you don't have the photos, if you're always teaching and you can't take the photos yourself, literally stage it. Invite your 10 favorite students, tell them you're going to give them all free pizza and you're going to hang out for an hour and you're going to do a photo shoot, and then give them pizza at the end to celebrate, or $10 or a movie ticket, something like that. Stage all the photos, literally write down everything that you want to get out of that photo shoot. If you want a photo of a kid concentrating really hard at the piano while you're pointing at a page like this with a pen, stage it. If you want a photo of high-fiving a kid like you've just had a lesson, you're standing with your 2 guitars, stage it. Write a list, get all the photos. Let's keep going. I hope this is helpful. If you're finding it helpful, make sure you click like, subscribe, and be sure to check out buildermusicschool.com. And if you want to see all our best stuff on branding, some of the best branding examples in the BAM squad from music schools all over the world that you can kind of copy and tweak and be inspired from, go to buildermusicschool.com. I'll put a link down below. Grab a 7-day free trial so you don't have to pay for it, and head over to module 2 and check out the branding section. And I'll put some images on screen through this video, but there's so many incredible examples you want to go check out. So go check that out free. Next thing is, you want to, for number 7, design and define your brand voice and tone. So think about how you want to be perceived, how you want to come across. This means everything from the language that you use on your social media posts and your website. Are you super fun and quirky and creative, or are you very professional and to the point? Think about those things. How do you want to come across? Because it actually does matter. And then you're going to want to go through number 8, and you want to apply your brand across the business. Now, we've talked about things like social media and website and newsletters and things like that. You want to just check that you're using that across everything. So there may be some things you've forgotten. Well, what about your email signature? Well, can we actually set that branding all up to work nicely with your email signature? And there's a whole bunch of other things you can think about, from physical signage to, brochures and flyers, which I held up before, to, T-shirts, merchandise, social media, online advertising, your email newsletter. Maybe your car has some branding on it. Classrooms, internal spaces, posters for your next concert. Make sure everything's consistent and all ties in together. Final bonus thing for you is to number 8, upskill and outsource. You always want to be getting better at what you're doing, and so sometimes that's going to require you to get better as a designer. Hopefully you've learned something in this video that's helped you get better as a branding ambassador for your school and how to present it out in the world, but you want to keep getting better. One of the best ways to do that, honestly, buildermusicschool.com. There's hundreds and hundreds of the best music school owners in the world there hanging out, sharing all the best advice, resources. So get stuck in there. But if you really don't do well with branding and design and that sort of creative side, well, there's a couple options. One, you're going to upskill, get better, take some little courses, join Builder Music School, take some of the best ideas there to fast track things, or you're going to outsource. And so you can use sites like freelancer.com, Upwork, Fiverr. Find a great designer, write your brief for all the projects that you want them to help with, write that brief really well, show them all the things that you want to get out of this, and pick the best design. And so instead of you doing it, outsource it to someone else. You can have someone from all over the world do that and help you. And you'll get it done a lot cheaper than it might take you for your time, where you could spend your time teaching more people, being paid more, or work on your business in a higher value task. So there is a whole bunch of 8 amazing things to think about when you want to brand your music school or you're teaching business like a pro. Again, grab the link, grab a free trial from buildamusicschool.com, head to module 2 and check out this whole training that we have on branding. You're going to see heaps of incredible examples, as I mentioned, and you're really going to love it. So hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe and ask any questions you have about building a successful music school, and we might feature it in a future video.